Greetings from our channel again. One name that has become an essential Hollywood legend is Michael Douglas. He has made a lasting impression on viewers worldwide with his many portrayals, which range from the vicious Wall Street figure to the man entangled in a tragic romance and fatal attraction. However, Michael Douglas's life is more than just his cinematic achievements. There is a complicated tale with many emotional facets hidden behind the spotlight. The difficulties of fatherhood, illness struggles, and marital ups and downs. To review the actual events in Michael Douglas' life, watch this video. Early life and career of Michael Douglas. Born on September 25, 1944, in New Brunswick, New Jersey, Michael Kirk Douglas came from a family steeped in artistic heritage. Kirk Douglas, his father, was a legendary figure in Hollywood, having starred in classic movies like Spartacus, Paths of Glory and Lust for Life. Diana Dill, his mother, was a famous model and a gifted actress. Although Michael had numerous obstacles from a young age, the union of these two celebrities set the groundwork for his creative career. In 1951, when Michael was only 6 years old, his parents got divorced. Joel, Michael's younger brother, and Michael were deeply hurt by this separation. Were forced to live with their stepfather and mother. Despite being apart from his father, Michael always sensed Kirk Douglas' influence on his life. Kirk, although no longer living with his children, remained a significant presence for Michael. Young Michael discovered a whole new world when he visited his father on film sets. There, he was enthralled by the stage lights and the charm of seeing his father perform, which led to the slow development of his own love for acting. Being raised in a well-known family was not simple, either. Michael was regularly compared to his father and felt the weight of Kirk Douglas' immense shadow. His father, well aware of the harsh reality of the entertainment world, did not want Michael to pursue an acting career. Kirk thought his son would pick an easier road away from the traps of celebrity. This just spurred him more to prove himself and show that he was more than simply Kirk Douglas' son. From an early age, Michael was resolved to pursue an acting profession. He attended the Allen Stevenson School in New York, then proceeded to Eagle Brook School in Massachusetts, and eventually, Choate Rosemary Hall, a prominent boarding school in Connecticut. At Choate Rosemary Hall, Michael joined the drama club and often participated in school plays. It helped him hone his acting skills at an early level. However, things were not always smooth. At Eaglebrook, Michael was younger than his classmates, which meant he had to work twice as hard to establish himself. Michael was resolved to pursue a career in acting and picked the University of California, Santa Barbara, to study drama. He finished with a bachelor's degree in 1968, marking his first step toward becoming a professional actor. In addition to studying theory in college, Michael looked for real-world chances in the entertainment sector. He participated in student plays, picked up tips during rehearsals, and kept honing his craft. Michael made the decision to relocate to New York to begin his acting career after graduating. He desired to establish his own reputation apart from his father's notoriety. At first, Michael assisted his father, Kirk Douglas, as a director on a number of movies. He gained a deeper awareness of the technical facets of the film industry and the filmmaking process while working as an assistant director. He gained knowledge of how to oversee sequences, collaborate with production teams, and operate a movie set. His subsequent success in production was based on these priceless experiences. In his father's 1966 film Cast a Giant Shadow, Michael played his first part as a Jeep driver. Despite being a minor role, it allowed him to experience acting up close and provided him the chance to appear on TV for the first time. Despite playing mostly little roles with limited lines in his later performances, Michael remained unfazed. He persisted in putting in a lot of effort, learning from his early mistakes and establishing his reputation in the smallest roles. As he pursued greater prospects in the film industry, Michael started acting in plays at tiny theaters in New York. He was able to land parts in a few small-scale TV and movie projects in the late 1960s and early 1970s. Career high point and turning moment. When Michael Douglas was chosen to play Inspector Steve Keller in the television series The Streets of San Francisco in 1972, it was a major turning point in his career. For the first time, Michael was able to escape the description of Kirk Douglas's son and forge his own reputation with viewers. The Streets of San Francisco ran for 5 seasons, from 1972 to 1977, and rapidly became a popular television show. In addition to making him famous, Michael's performance in the series solidified his acting career by earning him 3 consecutive Emmy nominations. It was while living on the streets of San Francisco that Michael formed a unique bond with Karl Malden. In addition to being Michael's co-star, Karl served as his tutor and mentor. Malden's vast expertise and profound knowledge of acting greatly aided Michael in developing his abilities. Michael once declared that he loved and appreciated Malden very much. Michael remained close to Malden until his death in 2009, even after he left the series to pursue a career in film. Michael was able to successfully manage his future job thanks to Malden's advice and assistance. Although Michael earned enormous success as a television actor, he did not want to stop there. He desired to broaden his horizons and pursue more lucrative prospects in the motion picture business. Following his success with The Streets of San Francisco, Michael made the decision to give producing a shot because he thought it would present him with fresh challenges and chances to experiment with various artistic viewpoints. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which Michael produced in 1975, went on to become a Hollywood classic. This was a risky decision as well as a production challenge because Michael chose to buy the rights to the book after his father, Kirk Douglas, failed to adapt it for the big screen. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest became a masterpiece thanks to Michael's tenacity and resolve, winning Best Picture among 5 Academy Awards. Following the success of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, the film's overwhelming success not only validated Michael's status as an actor but also made him a visionary producer who could tell gripping stories to audiences. Being a producer was not all that Michael Douglas did. He also started to make a name for himself as a top actor in movies. He kept working on movie projects, constantly broadening his repertoire to include challenging villainous roles as well as heroic ones. Michael's reputation in Hollywood was cemented as he continued to explore and innovate. In addition to earning Michael important honors, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest's success signaled a sea change in his professional trajectory. He then transitioned more clearly from television to film, with other important masterpieces like Romancing the Stone and The China Syndrome coming after. In addition to being a gifted actor, Michael Douglas demonstrated his ability as a producer to turn intricate tales into stirring and moving productions. The 1980s and 1990s marked the peak years of Michael Douglas' career, as he took on a series of iconic roles that showcased his versatility and ability to explore different film genres. One of the films that catapulted Michael Douglas to the top of the movie industry was Romancing the Stone 1984, a romantic adventure filled with humor and drama. In the film, Michael played Jack Colton, a charming and strong-spirited adventurer who teams up with Kathleen Turner's character to overcome harsh challenges. As a result of the film's enormous box office success, Michael's reputation as a leading Hollywood actor was cemented. After the success of Romancing the Stone, Michael worked with Danny DeVito in the dark comedy The War of the Roses, 1989, and with Kathleen Turner again in the follow-up to the first movie, The Jewel of the Nile, 1985. With Michael and Kathleen portraying a couple going through a grueling divorce, this satirically charged movie explored the difficulties of wedded life. The War of the Roses not only allowed audiences to see another side of Michael's acting skills, but also demonstrated his range across genres, from comedy to drama and satire. In 1987, Michael Douglas experienced a major breakthrough in his career when he starred in 2 iconic films, Fatal Attraction and Wall Street. In Fatal Attraction, Michael played Dan Gallagher, a family guy and lawyer who becomes embroiled in an adulterous romance with Glenn Close's character, leading to a series of dark and horrific events. The film was not only a major box office hit, but also stirred arguments about adultery and its ramifications. The role of Dan Gallagher allowed Michael to demonstrate his abilities to depict individuals with significant psychological depth, and the film became a classic of the 1980s psychological thriller genre. That same year, Michael made another significant impression with his part as Gordon Gekko in Wall Street, directed by Oliver Stone. Gordon Gekko was a cutthroat financier, a symbol of greed and power in the financial world of the 1980s. This portrayal garnered Michael the Academy Award for Best Actor, and Gekko's iconic remark, "Greed is good," became one of the most recognizable quotes in cinema, representing the socio-economic realities of the period. The character of Gordon Gekko was an important milestone in Michael's career and characterized his acting style in the years to come, displaying his ability to depict complicated, forceful, and ambitious characters. Entering the 1990s, Michael Douglas continued to strengthen his place with successful and demanding performances. One of the most prominent films from this period was Basic Instinct, 1992. A well-known thriller with a lot of contentious aspects. Michael portrayed Nick Curran, a detective who becomes entangled in a risky romance with Sharon Stone's alluring novelist Catherine Tramiel. In addition to being a huge movie office success, Basic Instinct became a pop cultural phenomenon, with its dialogue and moments going down in folklore. Michael's ability to portray nuanced characters who walked the fine line between good and evil was validated by this performance, while simultaneously portraying the character's danger and allure. Michael continued to work with Sharon Stone, showcasing his chemistry with female co-stars and his commanding acting skills in extremely difficult roles. Not content to play only dramatic parts, Michael made a comeback to dark comedy with The War of the Roses, when he reunited with Danny DeVito and Kathleen Turner. Michael once again shown his flexibility in this movie by playing a character that dealt with the sorrows of family life and had complex psychological dimensions. Michael also appeared in action and adventure movies, including 1989's Black Rain, which followed a New York police officer who becomes entangled in Japan's criminal underworld. This part further demonstrated Michael's adaptability and capacity to play a variety of roles, from strong action to intricate psychological roles. Marriages and personal lives. In addition to his professional achievements, Michael Douglas has faced several difficulties in his marriages. Michael had ups and downs in his personal life after becoming a well-known actor and producer, especially in two turbulent marriages. Diane Luker was Michael's first wife, starting when she was only 19 years old, in 1977. They met faithfully at President Jimmy Carter's inauguration, and Deandra came from a diplomatic family. Cameron Douglas, their first child, was born a year after they were married, just a few weeks after they first met. But there were difficulties in this marriage. The demands of Hollywood eventually caused Michael to struggle with drugs and alcohol, and the legacy of Kirk Douglas, his well-known father. The family experienced severe divisions as a result of Michael's addiction and lavish lifestyle. In 2000, following years of animosity, they formally separated. The divorce was one of the most costly in Hollywood at the time, with Deandra receiving a settlement of up to $45 million. In addition to Michael and Deandra, Cameron was negatively impacted by the fallout from their separation, who subsequently had serious drug and legal problems. Following his first marriage's challenging years, Michael fell in love again with Catherine Zeta-Jones, a young and gifted movie star. A new chapter in Michael's life began in 1998 when he and Catherine met at the Deauville Film Festival. Catherine was a rising star, famous for her role in The Mask of Zorro, and upon meeting her, Michael boldly said, "I want to be the father of your children." Although this statement initially made Catherine uncomfortable, Michael's sincerity eventually won her over. The couple married in 2000 at the Plaza Hotel in New York in a lavish $1.5 million wedding that garnered public attention, with a guest list filled with top stars like Tom Hanks and Sean Connery. They soon built a happy family with two children, Dylan and Karis. However, like Michael's first marriage, he and Catherine faced many challenges, especially concerning health issues. In 2010, Michael was diagnosed with stage 4 throat cancer, a diagnosis that left the family in shock. Catherine stood by his side, caring for him, but the pressure of dealing with the illness took a toll on both of them. Just months after announcing his recovery, Michael stirred controversy and was forced by claiming that his cancer was caused by HPV contracted through oral sex. This statement deeply embarrassed Catherine, especially since Michael did not clarify whether he had contracted the virus before or after meeting her. Michael's thoughtless comments added further strain to their relationship. At the same time, Catherine was struggling with bipolar disorder, which required her to be hospitalized for treatment. The stress from Michael's illness and Catherine's health condition pushed their marriage to the brink. In 2013, they announced a separation to take time to reflect on and reassess their relationship. Catherine felt hurt by Michael's oversharing of private information with the media, which made her want to protect what was personal to their family. Despite their separation, Michael and Catherine continued to show each other deep respect and affection. Michael publicly thanked Catherine for always being by his side and supporting him throughout his cancer treatment. By April 2014, they officially reconciled, appearing together at public events as a stronger couple after overcoming their challenges. They celebrated their 15th wedding anniversary with a trip to the place where Michael had proposed to Catherine, reaffirming their love and commitment. Their love has proven that perseverance and a willingness to face hardships can help overcome any obstacles. Catherine once said, "Love isn't something that comes naturally. You have to protect and cherish it, and it will grow stronger." This statement perfectly describes the ups and downs, but ultimately the triumph of love in their relationship. After the ups and downs in his marital life, Michael Douglas faced another major challenge: Cameron Douglas. Cameron, Michael's firstborn with his first wife, Deandra Luker, grew up in the luxury of Hollywood, but lacked the closeness of his parents. The divorce between Michael and Deandra in 2000 created a significant gap between father and son, leading Cameron down the wrong path. In 2009, Cameron was arrested at the Gansevoort Hotel in Manhattan with $18,000 worth of drugs, and in April 2010, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison for drug trafficking. This event deeply saddened the entire Douglas family, especially Michael, who couldn't escape the feeling of guilt and blamed himself for not spending enough time caring for his son. Michael once shared, "My son was an alcoholic by the time he was 13. Either someone would kill him or he would die. Hopefully, he'll get a chance to start a new life." This confession revealed the deep pain of a father watching his child spiral down the wrong path. It didn't stop there. Cameron continued to get into trouble when he was caught with drugs in prison, resulting in an additional year and a half of imprisonment. This further burdened Michael with the weight of responsibility. Michael constantly blamed himself for not being able to help his son escape this dark path, even calling himself a bad father. Despite the many challenges, the Douglas family made every effort to help Cameron get through his dark times. At the 2010 court hearing, Cameron's mother, Diane D. Luker, his grandfather, Kirk Douglas, and Catherine Zeta-Jones were all present to show their support. Letters from family members asking the court for leniency for Cameron demonstrated the deep love and care they had for him despite how much his actions had hurt them. During Cameron's time in prison, Michael and Catherine tried to maintain their emotional support for him. Michael frequently visited his son, attempting to be a source of encouragement to help Cameron get through this difficult period. Catherine, as Cameron's stepmother, did not hesitate to stand by the family, showing love and responsibility. It was this strong family connection that helped Cameron hold on to hope and find a new path after his release. Michael Douglas has 3 children, Cameron with his first wife, Deandra Luker, and 2 children with Catherine Zeta-Jones, Dylan Michael and Karis Zeta-Douglas. While Cameron faced significant struggles with addiction and legal issues, his children with Catherine seemed more fortunate, growing up in a stable and loving environment with both parents. However, Dylan and Karis also faced their own challenges. Michael's son Dylan had learning difficulties and had to attend a special school because he was unable to read, indicating a possible hereditary issue within the Douglas family. Michael tried his best to be a good father to Dylan and Karis, especially after learning from his mistakes with Cameron. He once shared, "I never thought at my age that I would start building a new family. I was wise and happy to let Catherine work while I stayed at home with the kids. I cherish this time." Michael consistently tried to make up for his shortcomings in raising Cameron, applying those lessons to caring for Dylan and Karis. From being a busy, inattentive parent in the past to someone who was prepared to invest time in caring for and supporting his children through life's problems, this demonstrated Michael's clear change in recognizing his obligations as a father. Michael Douglas's marriages and children weren't the only storms in his life. Michael encountered several difficulties and scandals over his storied career. The accusation of wrongdoing made by Susan Brody, a former employee of Michael's, was one instance that had a big impact on his reputation. In particular, Michael was accused by Brody in 2010 of acting inappropriately at a late 1980s screenplay discussion at his house. The complaint states that Michael's remarks and improper actions caused Susan to feel offended and uncomfortable. Michael's reputation suffered greatly as a result of this charge, which instantly set off a media frenzy. He called the accusations a total fabrication and vehemently denied each one. He further underlined that these assertions were unsupported by any evidence. The incident carried on, and the media continued to be interested in it. Particularly when at the time, the Me Too movement. Michael was unable to avoid public scrutiny and suspicion even after refuting the accusations. The accusations against her husband also caused Catherine Zeta-Jones, who had supported him through many difficult times, to voice her dismay and hurt. Catherine revealed that dealing with these charges was shocking for her and their kids as well as a significant challenge for the family. The accusations had a significant impact on Michael's family life in addition to his career. Catherine remained steadfast in her support of her husband despite being disappointed by the claims. She claimed that her top priorities were keeping her family safe and upholding Michael's honor, and that dealing with this storm only served to highlight how crucial family togetherness is. Furthermore, the issues surrounding their father also had an impact on Dylan and Karis, Michael and Catherine's 2 children. Catherine acknowledged that it was difficult to explain these charges to their kids. To get through these difficult times, the entire family had to band together, privately supporting and shielding one another. This demonstrated that even though they were a well-known Hollywood family, they were susceptible to public pressure. The relationship between Michael and Catherine was also affected by the accusations. Catherine was always supportive of her husband, but the encounter left her feeling drained and anxious. They both had to deal with a lot of inquiries from the public and media at the time, and they made a concerted effort to be patient and trusting in order to get through this difficult moment. Current life Michael Douglas made a successful comeback to acting after conquering his personal struggles, further solidifying his place in the entertainment business. His portrayal of the well-known pianist Liberace in the 2013 movie Behind the Candelabra was one of his noteworthy 2010s achievements. Michael won a Golden Globe and a Primetime Emmy for this role, demonstrating his deep and ever-evolving acting ability. Michael didn't stop there. He starred as Dr. Hank Pym in the 2018 Ant-Man and the Wasp and Marvel's superhero feature films. In addition to winning him over younger viewers, his part in the Marvel Universe allowed him to stay relevant in a time when superhero movies were the norm. Michael gained notoriety more recently for his portrayal of Sandy Kaminsky in the Netflix series The Kaminsky Method, 2018 to 2021. An actor in retirement who still teaches acting. Both heartwarming and humorous moments were included in this series, which helped viewers relate to the difficulties of growing older and the aging process. As a result of this portrayal, Michael received multiple high-profile accolades and nominations, demonstrating his continued prominence in Hollywood. Michael Douglas, who has been in the arts for more than 50 years, has made a lasting impression on film history. In addition to his famous roles, he has produced and supported other noteworthy projects. In recognition of his outstanding achievements to the film industry, the American Film Institute, or AFI, presented him with a Lifetime Achievement Award in 2018. A star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which is awarded to people who have made exceptional contributions to the entertainment sector, was also given to Michael. In addition to being a testament to his influence on the general public, this acknowledgement from professionals confirms that Michael's career is a testament to his talent, tenacity, and love of the arts. Michael Douglas has had a lot of emotional highs and lows throughout his life, with significant professional achievements consistently matched by difficult personal struggles. Michael has demonstrated incredible fortitude in overcoming everything, from iconic roles to a family life full of joys and disappointments. What do you think about the life and career of Michael Douglas, and his relationship with Catherine Zeta-Jones? Remember to subscribe to our channel in order to receive future updates on classic Hollywood figures. I'll see you in the upcoming videos.